So the only way out is through. And you have an opportunity to finally shift timelines. And the opportunity is right now. And that portal, people want to pass through the portal. Okay. So the portal is your solar plexus. And today's lesson is going to be one of the most important lessons that you've ever received. Because in order to receive, people go on a journey. People are waking up to things in the world. They say, we need a new reality. We need a new life. The information in this very video is the information that you need. And this information, when you apply it to your everyday life, when you embody it, when you actually do it, when we take responsibility, when we understand that the systems of the world were not designed to serve the people and the children, and we have to unwind, we have to untangle ourselves. Quantum entanglement. We need to untangle ourselves to the previous timeline, and we have to recalibrate ourselves to the timeline that we're all moving forward, the trajectory of our life's path. So the people that are initiated, that are listening to this message, that are actually going to embody and live their life, they're going to be on a different timeline, which is the trajectory that your life's path is going to be on. And, you know, when I reflect on my journey, and people have been watching my journey here, I do a daily video, 9 a.m. Eastern time, in the vibration of authenticity. And it has not been an easy couple of weeks, but we have now passed the event horizon. You cannot go back now. The frequency is out of range. When we pass a time period, and there's a time period where you're picking up two radio stations as you're driving in a car, and then you're finally out of range where the old frequency cannot be obtained anymore. Many people across the world have felt this in their stomach, in their solar plexus. If you are tuned in live, you could let us know in the live chat right now. Did you feel this in your stomach? Did you feel it in your solar plexus? And for those that want to disconnect from the systems, you do not want to fight against it. You want to lean into it. This was the longest detox that I've ever done in my life. So as I've shared before, this was not my first rodeo, but the length of time and how deep of a cleanse this had to be was beyond anything I've done before. So the magnitude of the internal shifts that are happening right now, you don't have to wait for next year. We're focused right now on this message. The internal shifts that are happening inside the body, which is your vehicle to experience life in this reality, is your body. This body has to be running like a well-oiled machine. Your health and ascension has to be your top priority, as it was mine. There are, certain things in our life, you don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But what is required at the time? And our gut, I'm going to be breaking this down in this lesson today. Your gut has to be fine-tuned, and that gut, that is actually your worthiness. That is your I am. That is your identity in the gut. And in this world that was not run correctly, a lot of people took major damage in their solar plexus, was the actual portal. So certain things that I've shared with the community over the years, Ascension is an inside job. The solar flash right now is an inside job. And this is the Heinrich metamorphosis. We're live right now. Appreciate if you hit the like button so others can find this information. Powerful information. Clearing of the solar plexus. The portal is inside. And throughout this process, you might experience heat like never before. So your stomach, there are physical parts. The energetics is the solar plexus chakra. Right? In the ancient Sanskrit, chakra means spinning wheel of energy. So, and then you also have the physical. So you have your gut lining, you have your intestines, you have things that are actually, you took on damage and the dysfunction of the society. And in that gut, so what is the gut? Where do we take damage on? Anxiety, fear of the future. And there was a lot of fear in the world that has now ended. And you cannot carry that previous timeline, that previous world, which was a band of frequencies. You can't carry that in your gut. It's going to weigh you down, and it's going to disrupt your outer broadcast frequency. So your solar plexus needs to be cleared away. Systems of the world actually ran on the fear of children and the fear of the inner child that is held in the gut. This is such an important, imperative message today. The fear of the children. And a lot of people have been looking out and saying, wow, I can't believe the negative things that happened previously in the world. But you, the person that's getting this message, you were a child and you downloaded subconscious programs from birth to the age of 7 or 8, and you were manipulated by fear subconsciously. You might have seen some programs on the TV, Disney and other things that affected your solar plexus. Such an important message today. Siscan444, thank you so much for the super chat. Sending love. We need to send a lot of love on this message today. So this solar plexus has to be reset, and you have to have your self-worth. You have to have your identity. This time period, this portal that we're going through right now is for total transformation. Not just a little bit. The chat is exploding right now. Do you understand a lot of the concepts, right, that I've been talking about? So now I'm explaining to the entire world how all those things you went out and you started learning about these things, how it's relevant to your everyday life. Because there is not one person in this world that was not affected by it. When you understand the frequencies and what we lived through and we had to operate out of those systems, it was in your solar plexus. So that gut, that solar plexus, this is your portal. And that lining, when that starts to dissipate, and I will say, so I'm going to have a book post 2030. This is going to be one of the chapters in that book the past couple of weeks. I never experienced things, and I show up with authenticity, and people saw, when I was standing there and actually going through it. And that sadness, that stuff that's coming out of you, it goes beyond you. It could be your family lineage that's coming out of your body. It could be the density because of there's so much negativity in the world, and you absorbed it. Are you an empath? You absorbed it like a sponge. You absorbed it into your solar plexus. So when you are detoxing, a lot of people don't have the strength. You need to be a light warrior to do these things, right? When I stand up and I present as the light warrior. It takes a warrior to do this detox. It takes a warrior to lean into this, because the modern NPC is not going to want to do this. You're going to want to do this. You are focused on this message, and this is a very powerful message today, because this is our golden era. From this now moment, our golden era of our everyday lives has begun, and it begins in the stomach. Peace, begins in the stomach. Aluk Ahmed, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for that. Love to you all on this channel. Very grateful. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. I get everyone. So when you go through this cleanse, all right, so I was called to only eat watermelon. And during this process, and that's why I showed the people, you know, sometimes you want to show the people how strong you are, right? Maybe my muscles are all, you know, pumped up and I'm eating properly and going through things, right? But then going through the autophagy phase, right? The main idea of this time right now is to heal the stomach. Not to digest a ton of food, right? And again, this is a season. This is something that we have to do. It doesn't mean that we're going to do it forever. So that means that, you know, maybe I got a little smaller, right? I got to leave my ego at the door, because your gut health is more important than anything else. Because if you never take the time, see, we were not supposed to eat, you know, nonstop, you know, 4 times a day, whatever is going on out there, right? And people never gave the opportunity for that system, for this area to actually heal. In this moment, there was a massive energy that hit this earth, and a lot of people felt it in their gut. So what you were to do is lean into it, not clog our system up. We don't want to clog our system up. We want to allow the waters of the body to flow and clear away. There is an incredible amount of heat that is generated through this Heinrich metamorphosis. One of my earlier videos, the world famous video on the channel page, was the Ascension symptoms Heinrich metamorphosis. Do you think, light warriors, that there's the caterpillar, and the caterpillar has to liquefy basically on the inside, and then it goes in the cocoon, and then it comes out as a beautiful butterfly, and the wings come out of the body. Do you think, as it's going through the ooh, this feels great. Do you think the cat? No, it's probably feeling what we're all feeling, right? We felt it over the past few days, right? It feels terrible on the inside, and you never know when it's going to end, right? And the only way out is through. So when you have this peace in your stomach, and that is something, and other people actually pick up on it, because you're holding that density like a bowling ball in there. And you will feel, if you're a person like myself, and you know your point of homeostasis, you have your spiritual senses up, you could feel such a lightness like this. Oh, do you feel light like that? So that lightness that you have in your gut, it's like a breath of fresh air. But what you are holding on to, ladies and gentlemen, and again, it's not just fat and all this, you're holding on to traumas, cortisol, the stress. And the paradox of this is when those solar flares go up, it does spike your cortisol levels. So there are these spikes and it goes up. It is a good idea, right, to lean into it. Get your water, like I'm showing the people. I do like to sit back and have a cup of coffee. Does it mean I'm never going to drink coffee again? No. Does it mean that I am a spiritual warrior? I take responsibility for my life and I know exactly what to do right now? You better believe it. So now it's hydration. And now it has been eating watermelon. And the amount of heat like that is generated by the body, because you're basically changing your organs, that solar plexus chakra, that spinning wheel of energy it's in hyperdrive. And one of the things that I shared in the previous video while I was going through this is the power of the watermelon when it comes to heat. There are these science reels. They're pretty viral science reels. It's called a hot ball. And a guy takes a metal ball, and it's over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And he drops it on things, and it totally eviscerates solid ice and all these other, burns through like other metal, like it just melts things away. And in one of the hot ball reels, he drops it on the meat of the watermelon. And all it was able to do was maybe just, it landed on it, and it maybe like settled in, and it made like a little crater, and the watermelon absorbed all the heat, and the hot ball did not destroy the watermelon. That is the evidence that you could look at to say, what is the power of nature? What is the power of nature? So you have to realize that, you know, God has given us a lot of tools for us to go through these things. And knowing the system of the body. Now, I'm going to be teaching a lot of stuff that is going to be very rare for you to find it out there anywhere. You might as well click the subscribe button right now, right? So, and this is where you have to work on your own intuition. I can't do these things for anyone, but I know like with laser pinpoint accuracy, when the partition system switches over. And I know when I'm in my regular phase and I'm eating, and then when detox autophagy protocol turns on, one of the major things that you could tell with this is that sensation and taste at the back of the tongue. A lot of this is tied to the liver. There are many people that have done liver detox cleanses that are listening to this video today. And you will feel, or I feel, if you're in tune with your body, you feel the sensation. And that is the change of also your taste buds and the feeling in the tongue. We have a partition. That the system, it turns on the internal cleaning system for this metamorphosis to occur. There are computers out there, and there's an operating system, and it has a partition, and it could go from Mac, and then it goes to Windows, and it switches back and forth to a total operating system. People have to understand this, because there are going to be people that like to promote things and, you know, this is the only way to be spiritual, but they don't really understand. So if you really want to understand about your everyday life, you click like and click subscribe and focus on these messages here. So when the partition is switched on, now you're going into detox protocol autophagy. And this is how we clear away all the densities of the body from the past, from the things that are tied in. A lot of these things are in the gut, your nervous system, right? So there is so many nerve endings, all these nerves that are in your gut. And many people are feeling it from this dense world, a world where the system was fear-based. Did you realize that we lived in a fear-based system? This fear-based system is being burnt to the ground this year, the fire horse year, and we are the horsemen of the apocalypse. But the inner work, there's nothing for you to do outside of you. What you need to do is change the internal system. And you have to have your self-respect. Your solar plexus is your worth. It is your identity. It's hard. It's hard to do all these things. Not many people want to do it. A person that's still tuned in, you want to do it. The NPCs of the world, they don't want to do it. The power, when your solar plexus, so now your gut, your stomach is cleared. You could write these notes down. We have tremendous class today. I'm so grateful for everyone coming on. It's good to see everyone. Stop worrying about what people think and start valuing what you believe. On my journey, I stand up for what I believe in. I don't give a what people think about me, what people coddle the narcissist. You know, I'm very strong on health and wellness, and it tends to trigger weak-minded people. I see them out there. I see them like a piece of trash on the floor. Brothers that are out there, when you go into this lens, you're going to see a lot of gaslighting. This is called shame. Write it down. Shame lives in the gut and in your hips. Your voice releases it. You have to understand this concept as a spiritual warrior right now. There are weak-minded people that hide in spiritual communities. They are narcissists looking for loosh. They will gaslight you when you become healthy again. Did you realize this? Click the like button. I'll say it one more time so it penetrates the brain. There are weak-minded NPCs that lurk in spiritual communities. And when you become healthy again, they will try to gaslight you. The chat's exploding. I drop the truth bombs on this channel. Just click subscribe. You don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to go anywhere else but here. Okay? Timmy G, thank you so much. No pain, no gain, baby. Absolutely, Timmy G. I appreciate that. So the shame lives in your gut. Your voice, as I'm doing it right now for the whole world to see, your voice releases it. You are an empath. You're probably a nice guy. If you continue to shove it down, if you're shoving it down, it's going to throw your gut right back off. You just spent all this time healing your gut. You better listen to your high commander. You just spent all this time healing your gut. You're not going to shove it down. You're going to speak it out. Do you understand me? That's shame. That's shame by the looshers. They're actually looshers. What is actually happening is when you cross this frequency fence, when you break free and you have your self-respect and you make yourself healthy again, you are a mirror. You embody, so you're emitting light, that Christ light energy from the solar plexus, from the heart chakra. And what happens is people that don't want to, I don't like you. So what that is, the psychology, you have to understand, that's a 7-year-old. They're acting like a child. They're not an adult. You have to be strong. When I've done this over the years, I've seen this. And every single one of these narcissists have fallen. And they all fall to who? I am. All the time. The solar plexus is the I am. Do you understand it? Write it down. The solar plexus is the I am. It's right now. Everyone's focused on this message. The solar plexus is the I am. Do you feel the power? Did you ever see your high commander back down from any one of these spiritual narcissists that are out there? They're just there to stop you. Your solar plexus is your worthiness. I usually have the mug, but I'm not drinking coffee today. Okay. You have to have courage right now. You have to have the courage of the lion. You have to have the courage to be seen and heard. If you're shoving it down, it all affects your solar. Oh, I'm going to stay small. You're not shoving it down. It's an outward force. So this energy is coming up right now, boom, and it's going out, and it's riveting, and you're actually causing a new timeline to form by giving the outward force. And once you have to behave, you have to embody this as I'm showing the world. You're not shoving, you're not here to be nice. You're here to complete the process of individuation, as Carl Jung has said. How you doing? Because what happens in that energy, in that loosh energy, and all that fear, it is a collective of a groupthink called a pendulum. If you truthfully want to quantum shift, you have to understand the concept of the pendulum. And that's why you see people, they're not actually living their life from their soul. They're just operating as a non-playable character. We don't have time anymore. We are the sons and daughters of God. And we need to move forward. We can't wait. We can't walk on eggshells. I'm going to ask you a question, brother. I'm going to ask you a question, divine feminine. Who authors your life? You or the crowd? Book it. You have to break free. The greatest deterrent the greatest adversary, like a lot of people, they say, oh, they make a spooky man on the TV. No. It's the crowd. Book it. I've been on this journey and I've studied the ins and outs. And I've studied every nook and cranny. It's the crowd. And that will hold you in that pendulum. Who authors your life? You author your life, or is it the crowd? Is it the hive mind? This is the differentiation of Legion or I am. Which one are you? Let me know in the comments. The I am presence. So I did a full podcast talking about how God wants us to walk in the I am presence. So now I'm giving you the attributes. This is how we walk in embodiment. This is how we embody the I am presence. It has to come from the solar plexus. And I'm here to tell you, this is why you have to be a light warrior. You have to be a spiritual warrior, not a spiritual bypasser. Ooh, a spiritual, get out of here. Okay. No, that's how you have to be. That's how you have to be right now. Once you've cleared the gut, you don't put that stuff back in. Do you understand me? Once you have this portal open, this is your portal. This is the portal on the inside. And you feel that you go through the portal when you have this lightness. And I'm telling you, all the stuff that was happening, we have a tremendous Facebook community. Hit me up on Facebook. The link is in the description. And a lot of people posting about the experiences that they were having in their solar plexus over the past couple weeks, right? But now we are past the event horizon. And we don't go back to that old frequency. We are on the clear channel now. We are on the clear channel where I am the creator. Not stuff that's shoved down, not because you got to coddle the narcissist, right? No, you're here to live your everyday life. You're here to live your everyday life. And when you go through this, you just see the clowns. Do you see the clowns out there? Do you see them out there on social media? They're just a clown. And the whole point of this was to get to the source of the problem. And that source of the problem was actually in our gut. The source of the problem was in our stomach. And if we are carrying, so, a lot of people know this example. When you're carrying baggage, you're actually blocking beautiful things from coming into your life. Well, that baggage that we're carrying it in our gut. We've been carrying it in the solar plexus. And that gut health, that solar plexus, it's got to be your top priority now. And I need you to focus, right? Focus on Apollo Creed, right? He's screaming at Rocky, right? For those that are a little bit too much of a cream puff, right? Well, Rocky was down on himself. And Apollo Creed, what's the matter with you, man? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. This is finished. This is wiped up and cleaned away. And if you have to leave people in the dust, you have to leave. You have to focus on this right now. You have to focus on the I am presence. and not worrying about who you're triggering, because it's all the people that aren't going to make it. That's what it is. That's what it is here. Heavenly Sunshine, I love that name. The Heavenly Sunshine is coming in. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so ready to get out of the crowd and get back with the family. Get out of the crowd and come back to the family. I'm telling you. I've watched so many people absolutely throw their lives away. They were too afraid to make a change with their work. They were afraid of real love and they ran away from love and they went to the worthless beta male. They went to the arm candy broad that stole half their pension. I teach the truth here. Do you want to improve your everyday life? Click subscribe. Be strong. If you never give up on your dream, you're still in this game of life. And when you understand it at a deep level on this channel, you understand the matrix. If you never give up on your dream, you are still in the game of life. And what happens is that when people give up, I'm going to settle for this. I'll settle for this. I'm getting disrespected in the workplace. I'm getting disrespected by this worthless modern woman. I'm feel disgraceful from this worthless beta male. It's you. We have to have the golden era. Now it's the golden era. Now it's the power. Now it's an outward force. No one tells me what to do. I write the commands for the reality. I control the matrix. Do you understand? So this is what you have to do. Every person, this is how you have to be right now, with a sense of urgency. This is the golden era. But some people will never reach the golden era because they'll reach that event horizon as we just did. You reach the event horizon and there's an incredible amount of fear. There's an incredible amount of pain and people just go, no. No. You must value what you believe in more than what you care about the NPC crowd. That was a good one. You must value what you believe in at a higher level than the NPC crowd. Period. And again, it is for this transit. There are people that are now going to be crossing over. And what that means is the frequency has reached a level where you go over another, if you're playing a musical scale and then you go up another octave, now you're on that next octave. That's what the crossing over event is. That's what the event horizon is. Now you're on another octave. Remember, ascension is never done. But what happens is you have ascended, and you've done this before, and I've done it before. And every time we do it, it's even worse. So you're at a level, you've ascended your frequency. You're having a life experience at a level. And then you're like, I'm done with this level. I'm done with this level. I have to expand more. I have to expand more. How many people feel this? You could make the explosions in the chat. I have to expand more. So until you crack through, and then you're going to be there for a while. Each time, just click subscribe right now. You got all the information here. Each time you will go through what's called dark night of the soul. It's not one dark night of the soul for your everyday life, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be multiple dark nights of the soul. It's not going to be one time where you have to stop and do a detox cleanse for your physical body. No, you're going to have to do it again later. This is the truthful journey. This is what happens. So right now, we have to put our solar plexus as the top priority. Because if you don't put your solar plexus, it's not about being perfect. It's about there's a feeling inside. I can feel, right? So you can, some people are numb to their own body, right? Some people are not like Uncle Mike. I share about my journey. I was gaslit years ago. Again, they were my buddies, right? I didn't drink alcohol. I didn't fit into this world. I was always about health and wellness. So I really can feel my body. So you're learning through my experience. All I can do is share my experience. Maybe you're a person, you get gaslit. Oh, why don't you eat this food? Why don't you eat the fast food? Oh, what's in the fast food? Why don't you eat this? Just be lazy, eat the why don't you drink the Al Ghul? So I can feel, and then you, when you're in tune with your body, you could say, you can almost feel the inflammation, and then you feel the pressure, and you could feel the pressure in the organs. So the moral of the story is, when you go through this cleanse, and you feel so light, it's an incredible feeling. And it's about how you feel. It's about how, I did a YouTube short on this. Check out my YouTube shorts. Do you want the YouTube shorts to resume? Let me know. Check out the shorts, okay? It's about how you feel, not about how you look. And it's about this lightness that you have inside. Oh my God, I feel so light. From this moment, right? Those that are taking the journey here, you want to manifest from this feeling of lightness. Oh, you are able to manifest from the state of that being. If you are in the state of being where you have so much pain, so much trauma, you can't manifest. The state of being is more important than everything else in the world. It's true. The teachings I give here, this doesn't go away. I could put it up on a billboard, not trying to, people like to go for the low-hanging fruit. On our journey, we could do different things, right? And I use just eating the watermelon. There are so many things that you can do. Hold the crystal. Do this. Go on the retreat. Do that. State of being overrides everything. Anyone would like to comment? Anyone today? Comment section is yours. Comment section is yours. Get in those comments. Your state of being it trumps everything else. It is your I am. This is the embodiment. People asked me earlier this year, what does embodiment mean, Uncle? I kept saying it's year of embodiment. It's the state of being. It is how we live every day. And it's the story that you tell, and it's running in the background. I love to nail it, Regina. No, we have to nail it with laser pinpoint accuracy on this channel. We have to get it right. One time. It only takes one time. It only takes one experience. On my journey, I had one time, once I learned, now I apply it to my everyday life. Now I apply it. I learned. I did it. Experience. Oh, it works. Happens again. Oh, it works again. We are scientists. A lot of men don't have the guts to do what I do. I am the science experiment. Experiments must be repeatable. Experiments, not because some person said it with the ring light. Oh, there she is. Oh, there's the little weasel beta male presenting a certain thing. Here comes did that mothership ever show up? Did anyone let me know? No one answered my question on that very powerful video. Okay, nothing outside of you. Zero all the time. Where's the portal? Where's the portal? It's on the inside. Where's the portal? Write it down today. I'm going to check the notebook. Okay. I'm checking it. Where's the portal today? The portal is on the inside. It's the solar plexus. That's the portal. You don't have to go to the secret spot. And again, I go to certain places too with higher frequency, but it's always, all roads lead to I am. And we have to hammer that home. We have to hammer it home today. And that's your gut. That's your solar plexus. That's your solar plexus, brother. That's your solar plexus. Never deal with this hive mind. People try to gaslight you. Do you know about gaslighting? I got a video on the channel page. You know about gaslighting? Do you know what goes on? You're going to hold it in your gut. You got to speak up, and you have to speak your truth, and you have to embody it, and you have to walk in that presence. You have to walk in that presence. And this shift that's happening, this is the opportunity to shift the timeline right now. Not waiting next year or this or that. It's always a person. Like there could be a person and they decide to turn the message off, and that's cool. That's cool. That's there. But like as a teacher, I always get like, you get like frustrated because I give the answer and then people complain and they don't want to do, and then they come back later. Well, why didn't that happen? Why do I keep attracting the same beta male? Why does this happen? It's you. You didn't listen. So you don't have to listen, right? I just teach the truth on this channel, right? I love the chat. Be part of the live chat if you're watching on the replay. It's just the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I just speak the truth here. I just speak the truth. Why? I told you why. You didn't want to listen. Okay. Each and every one of, and this is why, I teach this too, because I had to learn about this, because I wanted to help everyone's night. But the truth of the matter is we must go through the process of individuation. We must embody the truth. And some people can't handle the truth. But you, brother, you will not tolerate it. I will never tolerate it. And you will never tolerate it. Do you hear me? And where does this all come back to? It comes back to that gut. It comes back to this gut, brothers. It comes back to this gut. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's that feeling of lightness. It's that feeling. And I'm just being honest with you, like I like to eat how I normally eat, and you get a little smaller, but that ego has to be left at the door. And I'm telling you now anyway, like the gut health shines above everything else. The gut health shines above everything else. Because you can't bypass what's happening. I keep saying it, you can't bypass it, you must go through it. You can't bypass it, you must go through it. And the lightness that you feel, it is the feeling that you have. It's unbelievable. And it is trial and error. So like I've gone through things before, like I'm trying to articulate things that are not put out there anywhere in the world. I've gone through, okay, I did this fast, I did this, but now you're entering a new season, and I myself had to implement things that I already learned and done in the past, but it's to a different degree. So everyone's on their own season. Everyone has to think for themselves. This is the main idea of Our Everyday Lives. Think for yourself. I hope everyone's writing in the comments, I think for myself. Because there ain't no guru in this world that's going to do it for you. We go out in the world, we get information, it's trial and error. Every day it's another experiment. And as I go through it too, I have to readjust. I have to readjust what I'm eating, how I'm resting. Every day's different. It gets very frustrating. But eventually, when we go through this, it's like you go up, and then you hear, and then you go up, and then you hear, and then it will settle in. Even though, I could feel the calmness in my stomach right now. And I encourage everyone to watch the previous videos. And from that moment out on the beach, upon that frequency shift where you disappear into the void, watch the ending of that video. I should win a Tubi for some of these things. once you disappear into that void, when you come out on the other side, you're on a different frequency. You're on a different frequency, and that frequency is held in the gut. So at this time, this is the information I could share about my journey. But if you want to shift the timeline, your main goal is to make sure your solar plexus, your base energy center, is healed, is clear, and now you're ready to receive the new nutrients. Now you're ready to receive the new signal. Now you're on a totally different operating system. Deep concepts here, and I hope that this message inspires you and helps you on your journey. And just embody the I am, and know that it's a bit bumpy ride, but when you're going to get through the turbulence, and you're going to come out on the other side greater than you've ever been before. I'm grateful for this community support. Very powerful video. Very grateful if you hit the like button. Click subscribe if the message resonates with you and you really want to change your life going into 2027, because this is a year like never before. As I said earlier, there's people, I see it for years. It's always the same archetype. That's why I teach by archetypes. It's plug and play on this channel. It's plug and play. The law of 80-20 is plug and play. 20% of the world's going to do this. 80% is going to sit there and that's it. Plug and play. So this journey moving forward, we've passed the event horizon. We're not going back. Keep moving forward and move further away, and keep moving further away, and never stop. Go for what you believe in your heart, and go for what keeps your stomach calm and peaceful, because peace begins in the stomach. Peace doesn't begin anywhere else outside of you. I'm telling you. And you know, we have a great community here. Comment that if you've lived that. This channel is about living it, actually doing it, not ooh, I'm gonna play pretend. It's embodiment on this channel, embodiment. So when you have that peace in your stomach, it's every time, it can't come from the outside. Nobody can jump into your body. Like in the past couple of weeks, no one could, sometimes you want like assistance or whatever, but no one can jump into your body and go through the ascension process, the metamorphosis for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to feel it, you have to go through it. So I love you all. Check out the relevant videos that pop up on the screen at the pinned comment. Hit me up on Facebook and let me know what you want to learn about in the comment section down below. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, we are light warriors. I'm the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. Love you guys.